Okay, here's the front of the house. I'm facing west, so this is the east side of the property, and over here is north. So there are blackberry vines growing in this little median here next to the driveway that we need out. If the ivy is coming from our side of the fence, we'd like that out too. The front yard is mostly grass, really overgrown. And then creeping up along the chain link fence is more blackberries, and now a lot of very aggressive morning glory. So it's also happening, all of that is really, really thick ivy on that chain link fence that we need out. Walk over here. So ivy and morning glory now on the south side of the property. In front of the house, there's a yew bush there, probably some other weeds, and the holly, which unfortunately I think is gonna stay now. So on the south side of the property, the house slopes down to the basement level, and all along here is Japanese knotwood, more ivy, morning glory, and blackberry vines. So I'll walk down there now. This part is grass, sort of. We found this under the blackberry vines. I'm sorry, it's very weird. But there is a stairwell back here that is just kind of covered with stuff. So we've actually cleared this, but we just can't keep ahead of it. So anyway, that goes all the way up the side. This is, there's a stairwell here, and then this is dirt here. So those are really just going gangbusters. Okay, I'm in the driveway now, and I'm going to walk to the backyard. So, like I said, blackberries growing in the median over here that need to go. For some reason, this side is pretty clean. And then coming to the backyard, there's a huge retaining wall because we're on a big slope, and it is covered in ivy that we can't keep ahead of. And then here is our big blackberry mess. So there's a retaining wall here, and then there's a second retaining wall back there, and on top of that one is this huge forest of blackberries that we really need to take out. So we would like to clear as much of this as possible. We already have a lot of brush that we need removed. That's just sitting on the back patio. This little part of the patio is dirt. So there's a little bit of grass, but mostly invasive stuff. And you can see this top retaining wall has a lot of vegetation. It's so dark in here. So one thing that we would like removed in addition to all of the ivy and blackberry is there's a laurel right here that is just choking out all of the light for everything else, so we'd like that to go. Back here we have a huge holly that we don't want, but I think we're not allowed to take out, and then there's a smaller holly right here that we'd like to take out. So there's a little cherry tree right there that is not in good shape but still alive that we'd like to maintain as much as possible, and then the same over here. This is another cherry tree getting choked out. We did trim the ivy from the London Plains so that it's not growing anymore, so we need to pull that off. But like I said, this second level of the retaining wall has this massive blackberry forest behind it that is growing over into the trees, I'm sure into our neighbor's yard as well. So we'd like to clear that as much as possible. And let me just go over here. I'm now facing east so that you can see a view of the side south yard again. So this is that south yard that is quickly being reclaimed.